Hi everyone, welcome back to the Justice for Aaron Brady campaign, and once again we're going to listen to some more propaganda from our intrepid journalistic duo, and then we'll have a brief look at what they're saying, and once again, more importantly, is what they are not saying. So let's have a look at this little clip now. Thank you.
Be convicted. I mean, there's other cases going through the courts currently. Aaron Brady's father, who's been at the front of this campaign, even recently was removed from or asked to leave the courts by a judge.
Yeah.
In sort of an associated case, because he had been making these videos and the judge was not happy about him commenting directly on live cases. So
what I don't get is like
Donald is reminding us there that I was asked to leave the court in the recent trial in Special Criminal Court in Dublin in relation to a post we released about some of the information in that trial. But more importantly, it wasn't actually information on the ongoing trial that was happening at that moment in time. I was reporting on information and how that information was portrayed as part of the prosecution in Aaron's trial back in 2020. So let's get the facts right from the beginning, Mr. Donald. Something you're not very particularly good at in this video or podcast you've created here with Miss Talent. And he's referring to the incident here. You can see Aaron Brady's father excluded from Special Criminal Court trial over video posted online. There's another one there. Father of Garda, Adrian Donahue's murderer, excluded from court in Credit Union robbery trial after social media post. And has been the case in very many reports during the course of Aaron's trial and about the investigation into the murder of Detective Garda Adrian Donahue. Our intrepid reporters have been very, very selective on the information they actually give. And I know they've told a lot of lies and they've peddled a curated narrative that was handed to them by the Garda Press Office and the DPP's office. But what's also very worrying and very concerning, and we've raised this on numerous occasions, it's what these people tend to omit. So what they haven't told us is why I was excluded from court. Now they do say because we posted a video, but they don't say which video or what the video is about or the content of that video. And the content of the video is about this man here, the Detective Garda Kenna. And that video, that picture we have up there is an expert in nothing, which he told us during the course of Aaron's trial. Now, I may owe Garda Kenna an apology because I do believe he has received a GTEC or something in respect of CCTV viewing or CCTV footage or something. I'm not sure. But at the time we're speaking about, during the course of Aaron's trial, he told us himself he was an expert in nothing. So what I'd like to do is, some of the video was played in court. Obviously, they didn't play the whole 18 minutes of the video. Brendan Graham chose, along with Garda Kenna himself, to select and edit the information once again, and only played a 2 or 3 minute segment in the court. So we can see once again, these people like to curate and manufacture stories that suits themselves and their narrative. So for completedness, we'll just very quickly bring you the little clip. This is from a video I created, I think it's in March this year. It was immediately after Garda Kenna had told more lies and purged himself in court in the trial in this year, exactly the same as he had done during the course of Aaron's trial. So let's have a look at the little clip. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Justice for Aaron Brady campaign. We have much to tell you about, and I suppose the most important thing that we must get across to you, the public, now at this moment in time, that everything we have said in the course of the 200 videos or 200 plus videos during the course of Aaron's campaign, all the information we have given you in relation to the theft of the car in Clotterhead, the murder scene and the burn site. Everything has been proven to be correct. And our assertion that the truth is that there has been collusion, corruption, a completely narrated story created by the DPP and Garda Kenna to obtain a false conviction against Aaron. Now, in the last live video we done very quickly last week was to confirm that the information we had given in relation to some of the times in the storyboard created by the DPP, well, the times we said was possible, implausible and totally nonsensical, were proven on Friday morning once again in the CCJ in Dublin. Now, just briefly going back over what we said in our previous video, the live video, I'm saying once again, Garda Kenna and the DPP committed perjury and contempt of court when Garda Kenna was asked, had he ever done a time trial for these journeys that was on the storyboard, and he replied, no, he had not. He had not authorised anyone else to do it, and he wasn't aware that anyone else had ever done it. So this is complete and total incompetence at best. But that is not what happened. Garda Kenna is not that incompetent. You cannot take information. You cannot take times and details and distances and not correlate them, check them and fact check them in the most extensive and in-depth investigation in the history of the Irish state. That is what you are told. That is what you were told. Garda Kenna told the court. Brendan Grehan told the court. Mark Phillips told the court. Pat Murray told the court. The most extensive investigation in the history of the Irish state. And here we have a member of Garda Kenna telling the court, once he was put on, not under pressure, he was asked the question, did you ever time trial this information that you had correlated, put into a PowerPoint presentation and shown in evidence against Aaron Brady? Did you check any of the times? Was it possible? And Garda Kenna answered no. Garda Kenna, you are a liar. You committed perjury in the court in Dublin. And then we're going to move very quickly. So this is the video, or part of the video, as I said. Obviously, Grehan and Kenna decided to edit the bit that was shown in court to the three judges. And this is the reason for my expulsion or exclusion. Judge Hunt, along with the other two judges, decided it was best if I didn't sit in for the final 2 days of that trial. And I just want to take more journalistic coverage of the incident and have a look at how it is being reported on. And there's just 3 or 4 here. I just really want to run through these. You can see here the Irish Mirror. Garda killer Aaron Brady's dad excluded from special criminal court. So obviously we have the Mirror reporting on it. Radio Television, RTE. Father of Aaron Brady excluded from court. Another one here, the Sunday World, of course. Tony Brady, father of Garda Adrian Donahue's mother, excluded from court. We have another one here from The Independent. So all the mainstream media we're looking at here. Father of Garda Adrian Donahue's mother excluded from court in credit union robbery trial after social media post. Here's another one here. I don't know what this, Irish, a girl or something. Aaron Brady's father thrown out of special criminal court. So I think, and there's more, Courts News Ireland from the court directly itself. The 16th of May 2023, Tony Brady, father of Garda mother Aaron Brady, has been excluded from the special criminal court after he published a tendacious article. So let's have a look at how this was reported. Obviously it's a very it's quite serious thing to be asked and be expelled from a public sitting in a public courtroom, because everyone in the world is entitled to sit in that courtroom. Everyone is entitled to be tried before their peers. But I was excluded from availing of that right any Irish citizen should be entitled to. And you would imagine that some of these journalists should report on why I was excluded from the court. Did any of them go into the details of why? Now, they did say I posted a video. Did any of them say why and why I posted the video and what was the contents of that video? No. Now, surely, and the word tendacious is used there, and you can see the dictionary tells us that it means expressing or intending to promote a particular cause or point of view, especially a controversial one. Now, what is the duties of any investigative journalist if there is a controversial view put in respect of a very, very important national issue? And obviously, if there's a controversial view into the murder and the death of Detective Garda Adrian Donoghue, that controversial view must be, I'm certain, looked into by any self-respecting journalist or any journalist with any modicum of self-worth. But not one of the journalists, and all those little clips I showed you from all the media outlets, and I'm sure there were many, many more, nobody went into the detail. So that is what we have had to deal with. And that is what I'm saying about Donald and Talent. Absolutely disgusting that they just throw out a narrative and create a scenario and a picture that is simply, in truth, false. It is a lie. And I will stand by what I said. Detective Garda Kenna purged himself in court. And to give you just, I'll put it up there again, the whole entry point to the prosecution case was that a BMW travelled from outside Dundalk up to Monasterboice. That time in itself, from a filling station in Dundalk to Monasterboice, that's totally wrong too. That makes absolutely no sense. But the point I was really looking at is the entry point on Wednesday, the 23rd of January 2013. A car allegedly travelled, a car allegedly belonging to James Flynn, and Aaron Brady was allegedly with James Flynn when this allegedly happened. Travelled from, as you can see here, from the Monasterboice Inn to Trmonfeckin Credit Union in 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Now, most of you have seen us cover this before. That is impossible. Now, in respect of, and I've said it before, an engineer travelled it, said highly unlikely, even though he was belittled by Brendan Graham in a cheap shot in a public court. So I think Brendan Graham was taking a very cheap shot talking about an engineer being out for a Sunday drive when he was involved in a very serious investigation and a serious piece of information gathering. So cheap shot from Graham there to the engineer. And then we have a situation where this man here, Garda Kenna, told us that he never test drove this journey. And I say that is impossible. Garda Kenna has passed that junction and has passed the Monasterboice Inn on hundreds of occasions in the last 8 or 10 years. And for him to sit up in court and say that he never tested that the time at point A at Monasterboice Inn and the time difference at Trmonfeckin Credit Union was 6 minutes and 20 seconds, he never test drove that. The man is either a complete fucking idiot and shouldn't be allowed in charge of a dog. This man's in charge of the whole CCTV correlation in respect of Detective Garda Adrian Donoghue's murder. That is his position. And he never got into a car. Judge Tony Hunt said it was the simplest form of science. Sit in a car, press a stopwatch and drive. And this, he must think we're idiots, or else he's a complete idiot if he never done it. And I want Irish people to understand this fully. This is the entry point to the whole theft of a car allegedly used in a more than robbery, and the story that is being portrayed by the DPP and Garda Kenna into the murder of Detective Garda Adrian Donoghue. All starts here. At 19 minutes past 2 on the 23rd of January 2013. And it is completely false, it is impossible, it's nonsensical. And if this man here thinks that we have to accept this form of police investigation, surely he is greatly mistaken. And I go back again to the Crime World podcast. If these people were doing any sort of investigation, they should have, it's very simple, Sheila, Ali Reardon, Alison O'Riordan, and Owen Reynolds were sitting in the court when I stood up and I spoke to the judges in respect of the video I created for the Justice for Aaron Brady campaign. And have those three journalists, are they stupid idiots as well and never travelled the journey from Monasterboice to Trmonfeckin Credit Union? And indeed, in upcoming trials, we will see the shenanigans of other vehicles and the vehicles moving in and around Monasterboice and in and around Trmonfeckin Credit Union. And we very much look forward to that, when everything we have said has been more than vindicated and proof of further tampering with evidence. So the bottom line is, the 6 minutes 20 seconds is impossible. And I will reiterate once again, we say Detective Garda Kenna told lies while on their oath. And the man asking him the question, Detective Garda Kenna, do you believe that journey is possible in 6 minutes? Brendan Grehan asked him that. Now, Brendan Grehan, I'm sure, has come down from Dublin. Was it 22 or 3 minutes? Would take him down to Monasterboice Inn, and 7 or 8 minutes would take him over to the Trmonfeckin Credit Union. So I say Brendan Grehan is complicit in this lie. He has to be complicit. And everyone in Fort Apache Dundalk, right down to, and the buck stops with Senior Investigating Officer Pat Marry, they all knew that the whole investigation was a complete and utter botched up job. And because of the mistakes of Detective Pat Marry and Sergeant John Maroney and the initial stages and the immediate aftermath of Detective Adrian Donoghue's murder, they made such a mess of the investigation. They were left with nothing else at the end of 2016, running into 2017, but to make up a story and get anyone for the murder of Detective Garda Adrian Donoghue. And it's there for these people to investigate. And Nicola Tallant talks about travel. I think she travels to Spain, all over Europe and different places, chasing all sorts of gangland criminals all over Europe and all around Dublin. Well, when she has a little break in chasing these gangland criminals, please, Miss Tallant, take yourself and Mr. Donald down to the Monasterboice Inn, just outside Drogheda, press the stopwatch and drive to Trmonfeckin Credit Union, and come back on to Crime World and tell the people of Ireland that the Justice for Aaron Brady campaign is telling lies. We'll find we will be waiting a long, long time for that podcast. So that's just another little bit of the propaganda being perpetrated by these two journalists. Unfortunately, there's several more videos we could make, but just 2 or 3 more that we have to really nail down and call Talent and Donald out on it, because it is just so pathetic. It is quite sad, and it's not sad, it's actually quite dangerous. So thank you once again for watching. We've been seriously shadow banned on all our social media sites. We do need your help to like, comment and share. Please subscribe. I think we're up to over 420 on our YouTube channel here. So please subscribe. We want to get the subscriptions up. It makes our channel stronger for the algorithms. Thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you very shortly with our next video on when, unfortunately, we do have to look at Talent and Donald once again. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.